What's up guys, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and we have here the latest version of my favorite laptop. This is the 2021 edition of the ASUS ZenBook Duo. Big thanks to ASUS for getting this to me early and also partnering with me for this video. This is one of the first videos of this in the world, so a thumbs up for that would be appreciated. Let's go ahead, get it unboxed and take a closer look. Now, taking a look at the box itself, very clean. We've got ASUS ZenBook Duo here on this bluish box. And here we are. Now, I've just turned this around so you can see some of the key features, but we're gonna be taking a closer look at each of these. We'll put this to the side for just a second. It is just 1.6 kg. And as well as the laptop inside the box, you have some paperwork. You actually get the stylus included, which is awesome. We've also got this, which is a bit of a stand for the laptop. And in the side compartment here, we've got the 65 watt USB Type-C power adapter. Now we can pick up the plastic. And here it is. It's got the celestial blue finish, which looks super slick and unique. The chassis and the lid are made of magnesium aluminium alloy, so very premium. But despite all of that, as mentioned, this is just 1.6 kg, which is actually 50 grams lighter compared to the previous generation. And it's also 3 millimeters thinner. So this is around 16.9 millimeters thin. And you guys know that that's very impressive because of what this offers. And if you haven't guessed by now, let me just reveal it for you. It is, of course, the ScreenPad Plus. So not only do you get a 14-inch main display, you also have a secondary 12.6-inch display just above the keyboard. The main display is a full HD Nano Edge display with 4mm thin bezels, giving it a screen to body ratio of around 93%. sRGB 100% Pantone validated with a max brightness of 400 nits. But this main display can go all the way down to 150 nits, drawing just 1 watt of power for extended battery life. And before we move on to some of the features of the ScreenPad Plus, the first thing you'll notice is the updated design. So it actually now tilts up around 7 degrees. And the Active Aerodynamic System Plus actually lifts up the laptop itself too. Now this gives you a few benefits. Firstly, the ScreenPad Plus being tilted up makes it easier to view rather than flat down. But also this design gives you 49% improved airflow. The ZenBook Duo also features a new thermal design with 2 highly efficient fans, each of which feature 59 fan blades, up from the previous generation with 43 blades. There's also a wider, more powerful heat pipe which improves overall heat dissipation and allows the ZenBook Duo 14 to maintain high performance continuously. The brightness of the ScreenPad Plus has also been significantly improved, so we now have 400 nits to match the main display, and this helps it to avoid screen reflections. So let me talk to you about some of the features of the ScreenPad Plus and also some of the reasons why you might want to use it. For me personally, being a content creator, it's ideal having this second display. If I am in, say, Adobe Premiere Pro or Adobe Photoshop, I can have lots of controls, maybe my timeline along here at the bottom. But now we also have the updated Screen Expert UI. This gives you a control panel with fully customizable dial, slider, and button decks for Adobe Premiere, After Effects, and Lightroom Classic for commonly used functions such as zoom, brightness, and contrast. Now you may have seen some content creators with a physical control deck on their desktop. You may actually own one yourself. The ZenBook Duo actually brings this virtually onto the ScreenPad Plus, which makes this a lot more flexible. You don't have to carry around a physical deck. You can have the virtual deck right here, and this makes editing images and videos so much easier. But that's not all. Right now, a lot of people are working from home, so they don't have that full desktop experience. So I think the ZenBook Duo is going to appeal to many more people, not just content creators. So for instance, if you're taking a Zoom call, but you want to make some notes at the same time, that's going to be very easy to do here with the ScreenPad Plus. And you can easily switch the content between the main display and the ScreenPad Plus with a touch of a button. Personally for me, if I'm watching a live stream, but I'm taking some notes, or maybe I'm live tweeting at the same time, This is ideal on the ZenBook Duo. I don't have to be on a desktop. I could be pretty much sitting in bed. And the convenience of having the second display within the ZenBook Duo really cannot be matched by any other laptop. Now remember, the ScreenPad Plus is also compatible with the stylus. So if you do need to sign a document, something that I've been doing a lot more online these days, then it's going to be so much easier to do this on the ScreenPad Plus. Now, what is powering the ZenBook Duo 14? Well, you can get it with up to an Intel Core certified 11th Gen Core i7 or i5 processor, the NVIDIA GeForce MX 450, up from the previous MX 250, up to 32 gigabytes of memory, a big improvement compared to last year, and 1 terabyte of PCIe 3.0 NVMe SSD storage. Now, in terms of performance, that should be more than enough for most users out there. But if you are after something with more power, then of course there is the ZenBook Pro Duo, which you can look into. And for ports, we do have one full-size HDMI port, 2 Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports, 1 full-size USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as a micro SD card reader. For the keyboard, you do have a full-size keyboard with 1.4mm of travel. The only thing that's different compared to other laptops is the fact that the keyboard is lower here with the touchpad on the right-hand side because of the ScreenPad Plus. Now, honestly speaking, this is something that, although you might find odd to begin with, it's something that you get used to very, very quickly. Finally, you have a 70 watt-hour battery, and although usage will vary, with the 1 watt panel option drawing just a single watt of power, you can really extend the battery life. And that is the 2021 Asus ZenBook Duo 14. Still one of my favorite laptops and one that's so easy to recommend. Thanks to that ScreenPad Plus, it really does make it unique. What do you guys think of the ZenBook Duo 14? Do drop me a comment below. Let me know if you're interested in finding out more or picking one of these up. There will be a link down in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't already and you want to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of it. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.